Thunderbolt 2, piloted by Major John Collier. Ladies and gentlemen, from the right, the first pass of the Heritage Flight. The music you hear was written by Dwayne O'Brien.
We give the honor such a burden.
It's 62 feet long and has a wingspan of 29 meters or 60 feet, which makes it equal to a Boeing 737 in the wing.
Of our nation from this westernmost island of the United States. The Mitsubishi A670. This aircraft built saw action against the Indo-Chinese. The fastest aircraft in the Pacific Theater. A very light, long-range aircraft capable of fighting against anything that we had. The Nakajima B-5 encased, especially designed for between the railroads. This aircraft would become infamous after this invasion. I love the Aichi D-389 bomber, the red-tailed devil up there above it. In the direction of the dead engine, it was falling off the ship, and the ship would have had to continue on. They couldn't go back to get that airplane. It was below what pilots call VMC. V means velocity, and MC means minimum control. Bill Terrell, Mike Anderson, Greg Dutain, out in the pyro field of the winds of the west, and all of the other fine folks. Ladies and gentlemen, we are Tora, Tora, Tora! And thank you, Ken Creighton, ladies and gentlemen, his finale performance of his 30-year career here at Oshkosh. Give Ken Creighton a big round of applause. Another great product of North American aviation. It is said by P-51 pilots and other warbird pilots, if you want to learn how to fly a P-51 or other exotic World War II aircraft, get some time in this aircraft first, because it will overtrain you for the P-51. If you can master this airplane and its flight characteristics when you get into a 51 or a P-47, a P-38, hurt by their own bombs. Bomb bay doors bombs away. It is a American and Doolittle is now heading to China. Now, folks, I want to tell you, as the rest of the B-25s come in at different locations around Japan, this effort proved very little physical damage on the ground. That part was almost insignificant. The thing that it did do to change the course of the war was to tell the enemy and his citizens that what the admirals and the emperor had told them is not true. The emperors and the admiral said, "You will never be molested on our shores. We have you protected." When Doolittle and his raiders got through those defenses and were seen over the top of the enemy's country, they had to radically change their tactics at sea. When they did that, when they moved their perimeter farther away from their homeland, the war began to change directions, and the enemy from that day on started to lose the war. Doolittle thought he would be court-martialed, but quite the opposite happened. Because of the psychological effect we do more simulated. Because of the psychological effect, it was to turn the war in our favor. Now, ladies and gentlemen, from low morale in America, people in America could stand tall again. People were proud of what Doolittle had done, and then the war effort started to change. The women went into the factories to help build the machines that could end the war early and bring our boys home. And that was the message. Get it done and get it done quick. A continued group of B-25s out in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, made significant this year, because this year, 2012, is the 70th anniversary of the action that you're seeing in front of you today. April 18, 1942, it is now 2012, and we have of the 5 remaining raiders, we in fact have 2 shipping interdiction. That is the blue airplane that you're witnessing. In the meantime, the training airplane, the liaison airplane, in the Trinity shores of America, they were used by the Civil Air Patrol to spot German U-boats. And one of these little airplanes even assisted in sinking a German U-boat by dropping bombs off the airplane and onto the deck of the U-boat and sunk it, and also played a part in rescuing the enemy sailors that were fighting for survival. The bombers are big, the bombers are noisy, but a lot of great work was done by these little airplanes that General Innes called grasshoppers. They were being evaluated in Tennessee. He was watching these little airplanes land and take off in short confines in an unimproved field, and he said, "They look like a bunch of grasshoppers," and in fact, it stuck.